what was it tonight? It seemed like Jacksonville State just kind of had you guys' number on the offensive side.
Yeah, just Jacksonville State's a good team, and we knew this league would be tough. So obviously not the start we want, but have to acknowledge it, analyze it, and just try to fix it. We got a group of guys that I feel like will respond the right way, and even though it's disappointing, it's basketball and January 10th. So just gotta embrace it and try to see what we can do better, because I think we'll have to play them again. So
obviously we're just 2 games into Conference USA play. What has been the biggest realization about how different this league is from the ASUN?
Yeah, I feel like we've done a good job. I feel like even in the Western Kentucky game and tonight, just it's just those spurts where you dig yourself in a little hole against good teams, and Western Kentucky we were able to fight out of it a little more. But tonight, just one of those nights where you get down on one run and it's just hard to scrap back. So I feel like the teams are just really good.
Kaden, how much does kind of the confidence go into play, like when your shots aren't falling? I mean, you guys were obviously are good shooters, capable shooters, and have made a lot of shots early in the season. But the last couple games, maybe it's not falling like you guys are used to. How much does that play into the confidence?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all have a belief in one another that like the next shot's going in. We're so unselfish that like it doesn't matter who's shooting it. We believe in one another, and I think that like in the past couple games, shots that we normally hit aren't falling, and that's when we see like KR said, there's little spurts that then we're battling back from. But we're getting the shots we want a lot of times, so that's where like our belief is still there. Like we know what we can do, so we just gotta keep pushing forward.
Talk about the spurts for either of you. I think there was a 7+ minute stretch tonight. You guys went scoreless. That's when they went on their spurt there in the first half to take the lead. I think something similar happened in Western Kentucky game, and it seems like that's happened a few times throughout the season. What do you try to do to stop those spurts, make them instead of 7 minutes, 4 minutes, or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, like in the first half today, we relied on our defense a little bit during that spurt to kind of hold us into the game. But I think during those spurts, I mean, we like Zach in the Western Kentucky game started going a little bit, so it's a matter of like just a guy stepping up and trying to get us going, see a shot go in to get us all the confidence that our next shot is going to go in.
How much does their length and physicality, talking about both of the last 2 games, kind of affect how you guys play?
Yeah, I think obviously it helps when you have that kind of length and athleticism defensively, but we've seen it all year in different teams. Felt like our non-conference schedule really prepared us. So just like Kaden said, continuing to find the solutions we want and recognizing those stretches too sometimes where we can maybe go to and find to end those droughts from 7 minutes to 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So I think that's going to be big for us going forward.
And Kyle, for you guys, as captain, team leader, what's the message in the locker room as you guys, you got another tough one on Sunday against Louisiana Tech? Yeah,
I think you just gotta embrace it, right? Like you gotta acknowledge it, embrace what happened, and just work to get out of it. Work to, like I said, you're not going to be perfect in basketball, so you got to limit those spurts. You got to limit some of those droughts and continue to find solutions, because it's January 10th and teams aren't going to get easier. Games aren't going to get easier, so we'll just have to continue to adapt and embrace it.
You mentioned it being January 10th a couple of times. Does that give you some sense of calm as basically you're playing for 1 week in March?
Yeah, I think I've been on teams before, like even our March Madness team. I think we started 1-2 in conference. I remember 115-21 was one of our staples that Coach McKay likes to reference, and I think we won every game out after that. So just trying to find some joy even in the midst of not the start you want.
When the shots aren't falling in particular, is it you just keep taking them because you trust the looks are there? Are there little tweaks you look for differently in terms of extra passes? What do you guys do? Obviously not having reviewed the film from tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both, right? Like I think when you're not hitting shots, you're trying to take the best possible one, especially when some are going in, so your leeway might have a different leash per se. But full confidence in everybody, including myself. When it is a good one, take it. You know what I mean? Don't think twice about it, because that might be the best shot you get that whole possession. So, but there is ways to continue to grow in that and find solutions maybe when it's not falling. So.
Kaden, what about for you for a mini slump? I mean, it's just a couple games into CUSA play. Does the approach change at all for you, or is it something where you just look for the looks and eventually they start falling?
Yeah, I mean, I think up to this point, like, just relying on the work that you put in. Like the work that I put in, I know that I'm going to get out of this. I know my teammates have my back with it, and they have full belief in me to get out of it. And we're all in a slump right now. Like, that's just how basketball goes. Like, basketball's a hard game. We know that. But we know what we got coming for us. This is a team that has full belief in one another, and we don't have doubt. Like, we know come March, like we're gonna be dangerous, and this will be a game that we can reflect on and see like we got through this. Full belief in this team for sure.